Okay, this is the step. How do you provision a simple Java program on AWS cloud, that is Amazon Web Services cloud on the EC2? You need to have a AWS account for this to happen. This is the URL. Where do you go to the AWS? I have account already, so I'm logging into the my AWS account, and there is something called the EC2. This is where the compute happens. Um, in this case, we are going to host a virtual machine, just like you do a virtual machine on the VMware player on the desktop. You come here, you create on launch an instance, and you can take any EMIs, that's Amazon machine image, and this is all the free tier only I'm just using now. I select this, and this is the something called the T2 micro. So these are the different level of the CPUs that are available. So with the so-called T2 micro, you get like one virtual CPU with 1 GB of memory with on the block. So I go to the next, this configuration details, and there is nothing much you can do it here. Just we are just going with the default one. And next is the add storage. This is by default, it is taking the general purpose SSD. I'm just giving some name, just easy for me to track it. My Java on EC2, and this is the so-called security group. This is where we allow the system to access different systems to access. So I go with already predefined security group. So now with this I can do HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, and the TCP to these boxes. Okay, and go with next to the launch, and this is the private public key. I already have a key, that is my MacBook pair. I'm just selecting this, and I'm going to launch it. It takes like maybe a minute or so to launch it. So already I have the public key available. So now this is the instance that is going to come up actually. So meanwhile, when it is coming up, I have a code is ready that I can use it to process this request. I'm using this so that we can make it faster. Okay, I will just explain this what it is. So this is my simple Java code that I'm going to upload it soon. So now to start with, I need to connect to the console. So let's see. Okay, now it is ready, it is running. So now if you look at it, so this is the public IP address where I can access, I can do the PuTTY or whatever the thing. So if you are using PuTTY from Windows, you may have to do a little different. There are some instructions available on the YouTube. I'm using the MacBook, so it is pretty straightforward. I'm using something called the item2. So I am here, and I'm going to use this command. It is SSH to this box as EC2 user. This is the default user with my key, and it asks for the permission. Yes, so I'm already now into the EC2. I just upgrade myself to root, so I'm now root of this box. So what we'll do is now just we'll make sure I think it just comes with the basic JRE, so we may need the Java SDK. So what we'll do is like we just run yum install Java development, and this takes just a few seconds to download. So now we have ready. So now what we need to do is we need to open a file. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll just open one Java file, say like hello world here, and just I cut and paste this Java into this. Insert, just do this, and I'm just saving it. So now we have this. We're going to compile this. Okay, so there you go. That's it. So I just compiled and I ran the code, and this is the output of the code. And this is how you provision the simple Java code in the EC2.